Hello and welcome to the Hot Desk, WLR's business show. I'm Julie Smyth. Coming up today, Waterford's Little Milk Company wins a contract with Aldi. I speak to General Manager Conor Mulhall. Liam MacDonald from Legacy Irish Cider talks Bloss Awards and creating new flavours from whisky barrels. And as Green Acre Marketing gets ready to open a Dublin office, founder Aileen Barron on why agribusiness is big business for her growing firm. But first, if you have a business which is in any way engaged in the digital world, you might be very interested in this next item because Google is holding a digital skills training day in Waterford tomorrow. And even better, it's free of charge. And to tell us more about it now is Marie Davis, who's the head of Google Customer Solutions for Ireland. Thanks a million for joining me, Marie. Thank
you for having me.
So this is the first time Google has held a workshop like this in Waterford. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it is. Last year, what we discovered is we run a lot of training days up in Dublin, and we found there's a lot of businesses that travel from all over Ireland to come up to the training days. And what we want to do is we wanted to start bringing more of those training days, more of some of that skills training to some of the areas around Ireland. So last year we piloted this in Cork, we piloted in Limerick, and we definitely heard that there was an appetite for more digital skills training in some of the regional areas around Ireland. So we took the feedback from the businesses that attended the ones in Cork and Limerick, and we basically created an agenda based off of that feedback that we felt would be useful to really help businesses around Ireland grow. So we are launching it. We're actually hoping to go to maybe 6 or 7 different regions this year, and we're launching it and starting with Waterford tomorrow, which I'm very excited to come and speak to all of the Waterford businesses about some of the challenges that they are having and some of the areas that digital can maybe help them overcome those challenges.
So tell me about the typical sort of challenges that you would face or the typical questions when businesses come to these sort of workshops. What is the main thing they're trying to get from it?
Ultimately, it always boils down to businesses are looking for new customers, so they're looking to grow. They're looking for new customers, whether that is locally, whether that is nationally, or whether that is internationally. And what we break it down to is we run through all of the different free tools and free resources that are actually already available to businesses to make them aware of them, to train them in them so that they can use those in order to help find new customers. So what we'll be doing is holding a series of talks which kind of gives an overview about all of these tools. Everything from Google Market Finder, which helps you find if there's an audience or customers abroad and how you then would plan a strategy to start exporting, to actually a lot more local products that will help you find local customers or national customers as well. So basically, what's already available there that you can use to find new customers and to develop out that strategy. And then, while all of that is running, we will also then have one-on-one sessions. So as you said, people will bring challenges, they will bring kind of opportunities to us. We'll have one-on-one sessions where you can sit down with an account manager from Google. You can say to them anything from, I don't have a website, how do I even get started? Or you can tell them, I've got a really good website, I'm doing really well in Ireland, but I've always been interested in America. How do I find out if that's a good market for me? And the Google account manager will actually sit down and help you build out a strategy or help answer any of your questions on that. So we're hoping that there'll be a lot of general information, but actually we can get very specific about your business as well and really help you grow your individual business too.
And I mean, you mentioned a lot of the free resources there that people can use. And what about analytics, Google Analytics and SEO and things like that? Would there be information on that too?
Yeah, there definitely will. Analytics is actually really important because I suppose if you're going to invest anything online, you need to know you're getting a return on that. So we actually will have a talk on analytics and how to get the best out of analytics and how to make sure that you are, for every euro that you're investing, that you're making sure that you're getting €2 or €5 back or whatever that is. So we will be doing a talk on that. But again, that's also something that you can sit down and speak to one of our specialists on that and kind of go through your own analytics if that's something that you want to do. We won't be touching as much on the SEO side, but we will be talking in general about how to make the most of your web presence and trying to get the most out of that.
Because really, in this day and age, I mean, Google has the market cornered almost in terms of the search engine and website rankings and all of that. So it's, I suppose, to get access to somebody like yourself and a lot of the Google experts. I mean, it's a really great opportunity for people to understand a little bit more about how to use what you're providing to grow their business.
Absolutely, and like when you think about tools as well, like YouTube, which is phenomenally, phenomenally good as an opportunity for getting a message across. But what we find actually from a lot of these events is that people, don't kind of view that as a way to get a message out. So through talking to someone from Google, we can talk you through, creating your own channel, uploading your videos, making sure you're getting your message out that way. So definitely, this is a really good opportunity to sit down with someone that's got an overview of analytics, YouTube, in any form of advertising, some of these free export tools, and to actually find, well, what is the one or two steps that you can take for your business to kind of help you get those new customers.
And this is a free event. People can register. They need to register in advance, and they can do that through events.withgoogle.com. Isn't that right? That's it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sorry.
Got it perfect.
Okay. So this is a free event, and registration is required in advance. So you can do that on events.withgoogle.com. And what is the benefit though for Google? Why? Sorry, I'll just do that a little bit again. Now, this is a free event. It's starting tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the Tower Hotel. It runs until 4 o'clock. You need to register in advance. You can register through events.withgoogle.com/grow with Google Waterford. And we'll put a link to that on the website. What's the benefit to Google in holding a free skills training workshop like this? I mean, I imagine the information that you'll be providing is quite valuable to businesses. They probably would pay for it.
Absolutely. Well, actually, one of the things is a lot of these tools and resources are already free, and a lot of the tools and resources that we'll be talking through are already out there. But what we find is that maybe businesses aren't aware of them. So it's all about making people aware of things that are already there for them and to kind of help them grow. Last year, we trained about 4,000 Irish businesses across Ireland. And actually, this year, we want to almost double that and train 8,000 people. What we see is that when you train businesses in digital skills, it really helps them to grow. We started off last year working with some businesses at our Cork events and Limerick events who, through using some of these free tools, are now starting to export to places like Australia and New Zealand, or like a couple of markets in Africa. We also saw someone in Donegal who I think one of their main markets now, not main markets, but one of the markets that they now export to is Tanzania. So I suppose why it's to help businesses grow. And to help them grow, we can offer free tools and resources and free training in this. And we're seeing the tangible benefits of that. We're seeing businesses being able to hire new people. We're seeing them be able to, expand their properties. And that is a success that we want to see in the Irish landscape.
We probably should mention as well, of course, this is run in partnership with Enterprise Ireland, isn't that right?
It is. It is run in partnership with Enterprise Ireland as well, yes.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll get along and meet yourself, Marie, and some of the experts there in the Tower Hotel tomorrow. And just to give those details again, the day starts at 10:30 and finishes at 4. I mean, if people couldn't commit the whole day, could they come along for part of it?
Absolutely, absolutely. We'd love to see people at any point, at any part of the day. What I will say is that the one-on-ones will be running from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. So if it's that you want to come and you want to sit down with a Google account manager or someone that works for Google, and you can only come for half the day, I bear that in mind, that they'll be running through the afternoon session. But we'd love to see and to hear from Waterford businesses or any businesses in the area. We'd love to get all of their feedback on what they would like to see from Google and how we can help them. So please, whether it's the morning, the afternoon or the whole day, we look forward to speaking to all of the businesses.
Lovely stuff. Marie Davis, Head of Google Customer Solutions for Ireland. Thanks so much.
Great. Thank you very much.
One of Waterford's food producers, the Little Milk Company, has won a new contract to supply Aldi's 137 stores through its Grow with Aldi supplier development programme. I'm delighted to have Conor Mulhall in studio with me now, who's the General Manager of the Little Milk Company. So it is an exciting time, Conor.
It's a great time, yeah. We were delighted to be accepted onto the Grow with Aldi programme. We're Dungarvan based. We buy milk from 10 of our own family farms, all organic. And then we make cheese with it, and we were lucky enough to get selected by Aldi to, as you say, to get into their 137 stores. So it's great.
So big exposure, big opportunity here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, years ago, I suppose Lidl and Aldi were kind of, you went and you got strange German brands that you never knew of, but I think more and more in the last number of years, you've seen good Irish brands located there, and we're delighted to be part of that, because like that, it gets us into 137 stores countrywide, and as you say, that's brilliant exposure.
Yeah, and tell me about the Little Milk Company then. I mean, it's kind of an unusual setup really, in that there's 10 farms involved.
Yeah, so 10 family farms spread across Munster and Leinster. Back in 2008, the lads came together and they were looking to add a bit of value to their own milk, because I suppose they were trying to do a little bit more than just accept whatever price they got at the farm gate. I mean, you see a lot of Glanbia farmers nowadays, and they're a little bit concerned about the price they get. Our lads had the same sense in an organic thing, so they decided to start a company, the Irish Organic Milk Producers, and we traded the Little Milk Company and made a little bit of cheese. So I met them in 2012, and they'd made some cheese with a very good cheesemaker out in West Waterford, Knocknor Cheese. He's been making cheese for 30 years and does a great job, and he made some organic cheese for us with our milk. And our first sale was in the 4th of April 2013. And I suppose we've taken it on from there. Organic would be huge across Europe and in America. Our three biggest markets would be Germany, France and America. So we made some products, sold them here locally in Ireland first of all, to try and understand the consumers and understand the taste profiles, and that worked really, 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 really well. And then when we went abroad, the exposure we had, say, to the American market and the German market was just immense, because the Irish organic market is €200 million. The German one is €10 billion. So the growth in Germany last year was €1 billion. So it's 5 times the size of the Irish market, just in growth terms.
It's very competitive though, isn't it? I mean, has it been difficult to break into those markets?
Yeah, look, has it been difficult? It has. We're very lucky in that, like Germans, and Germany's our biggest European market, Germans would have a very good view of Ireland. I mean, Kerrygold have done a brilliant job there for years, going over selling the clean, green, Irish, grass-fed, outdoor reared sort of picture, that picture of a cow in a nice grass field. And in Ireland, I say to people, like, our cows are outdoor reared and grass-fed, and they kind of look at me as if I have two heads, because sure, every cow is grass-fed and outdoor reared. But of course, in Europe, they're not. A lot of them are in big feedlots, they're in big sheds, they're fed meal every day, they don't really see the outdoors. So what we have here in Ireland is a really, really, and farming gets a bad press lately with the whole sustainability piece, but I think Irish agriculture, Irish organic agriculture, really is a good story to tell. I mean, people want to make it, a change nowadays. You saw how veganuary was a big thing for people, and people are thinking about their health and thinking about the effect that the purchases they make have on the environment. Well, organic farming is a real good news story. Like, there's no artificial fertilizers, there's no pesticides, there's no antibiotics. So therefore, you're farming as you did probably 50, 60 years ago, when it was a much less intensive farming, and that story across Germany plays very, very well. So for us, having that message to get across to people of clean, green agriculture, I think it's a really important story nowadays. It's certainly important off the island, and I think more and more people in Ireland, as I say, are realising that they can make a difference with the money they have in their hand. They can make a difference to the environment. So their personal choices, whether it's single-use plastics, and people are moving away from that, whether and the food that they buy, those sort of decisions are important to the planet. And we're very lucky that we have an offering now, which is, as I say, it's really good quality cheese. It tastes really, really good. Is it just
the cheddar that you do, or what's?
It's cheddar. We do a range of cheeses, actually. Yeah. In 2018, ourselves and Cashel Blue, we make a joint organic blue cheese. One of our farmers up in Feathered, Finton Rice, is quite close to Cashel, so we take his milk and we make an organic blue. It's available in Tesco here, next door actually. And that cheese won the best cheese in France last year. It's a blind taste test.
The best cheese in France.
Yeah, so the French Cheese Awards are every 2 years, and it's a blind taste test. So they don't see the packaging, they don't know where it comes from, and the judges just taste the cheese, and it's 100% done on taste. And we managed to win the top award of the French Cheese Awards ourselves in Cashel.
Isn't that incredible?
It was great. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So yeah, look, we do other cheeses as well. They're not the Cheddar's the one available in Aldi. But we make a range of cheeses, and look, it's been great. It's been a great journey for the last number of years, and thankfully we've had quite a bit of success.
Yeah, so you're obviously poised for big growth, and this deal with Aldi now, as I say, 137 stores within Ireland. Within
Ireland, yeah. And look, the view is, Aldi, obviously. You're alluding to the opportunity for off the island sales, and that's certainly something that we would have our eye on, because the ability to get into, like, Aldi have 1,500 stores in the US. Aldi have 600 or 700 stores in the UK. So there is a huge upside if you can get in and do well, and that's why we'd encourage everybody to go out and buy the little milk company cheese in the local Aldi. There's a great opportunity for whoever gets into Aldi to scale.
Because it's a year contract, isn't that right? But then there is an opportunity to become a permanent supplier.
Correct, exactly. And with that, there's some great stories in Ireland of brands that have got into Aldi here in Ireland and then managed to sell across Europe, and it's just huge upscale in that. Aldi, it's a volume business. People. We all years ago we all had our own shops, whether you shopped in SuperValu or Tesco. But I suppose the recession brought different times, and people now view the Aldi and Lidl in the normal basket of goods they have. So people kind of shop everywhere.
Well, when you can get quality, as you say, you're all about organic and quality produce. So when you can get that at what were traditionally known as was the discount retailers,
exactly, the discounters,
then they have really upped their offering.
They have, yeah.
Yeah. So what will you stick to the cheese products, do you think, or do you have any plans to expand the range?
Well, people always ring us looking for milk. I suppose the name, the little milk company, sort of
seem to suggest that.
Exactly. We do some ingredients. We do some powders as well for So for example, O'Donnell's crisps have our cheese in them through cheese powder. So when you're eating a nice packet of O'Donnell's cheese and onion, you're actually eating our cheese. But I think there's quite a bit of expansion left in the cheese piece. We look at the world-class cheese producers we have in Ireland between Kerry, Glanbia, Dairygold, and their natural move is from making the cheese to then working on the byproducts, the whey and the various powders. That's something that we've looked at and something we are continuing to look at, because I think there's certainly in the organic space there's huge opportunity in that for us. But I suppose our core business is the cheese. It's taking the milk from the family farms that we have across Munster and Leinster and turn it into good organic cheese that we can stick in front of people.
Yeah. So you've got 10 farms currently supplying. Do you think you'll need to, if this really takes off and demand really increases, will you need to take on some more?
Well, we do. And we do. Since 2018, we've bought in a bit of milk from outside of our own group, which is great. It's great for the Irish organic sector. Because the big thing about organics in Ireland is having those consistent markets to be able to, if somebody wants to get into organic farming, they want to know, well, if I do that and if I spend 2 years in conversion, will I be able to, will I have a home for my milk? Because, there's extra costs associated with organic. They get a higher price, but there is extra cost. So therefore, for us, it's very encouraging that we can have markets and therefore we can buy milk, as you say, from other people.
So do you think this is a good model within the farming sector then, to these sort of like mini co-ops, if you like, who come together to establish some sort of business?
I think so. I think the whole partnership model we have, like we partner up with cheesemakers. So we don't go and spend 10 or 15 million on a cheese plant. We go to world-class manufacturers who have a little bit of capacity. We bring our milk to them. We get them certified organic and we get them to make product for us. So that works really, really well. I think we work in partnership with our farms as well to give them good, sustainable, long-term pricing deals from us. So that works for them. And then ultimately, what are we trying to do? We're trying to offer really good tasting organic products so that people, as I say, when they want to make decisions that are maybe based around, ultimately, if something's Irish, that's great. If something's local, that's brilliant. If it's sustainable and it's good for the environment, that's great. But if it doesn't taste good, you'll only ever buy it once.
That's true,
so thankfully, as I say, winning various awards, the World Cheese Awards, the French Cheese Awards, the Irish Cheese Awards, we know that our product is good from that point of view. So, it is Irish, it is sustainable, it is organic, but most importantly, it tastes good.
Tastes good. And if people listening to this think, I want to try me some of that, from when?
From the 6th of June, next 6th of June, we're in stores from the 6th of June and we'd love people to try it,
Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Conor Mulhall, General Manager of the Little Milk Company. It's lovely to meet you. Thanks so much for telling us all about it.
Thank you.